Okay, guys, so here is scenario 2/3. We may include two different scenarios in this one. So let's again just say I'm running into Lucia somewhere at an event. We're going to just chit chat, and then I'm going to ask her about if she's thinking about selling her home at all. Hey, Lucia.
Hey Karen, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
I know. What's up? How's the family?
Oh, everybody's doing really well. We're busy here and there. And how about your
Great.
family?
Everybody's good. How's work going?
Oh, everything's really great at work and everything's just doing great. Fantastic.
I know work has been a little bit crazy for me. I mean, I'm in real estate, I'm sure you remember, but like all of this, the last couple of years have been insane. I mean, first with COVID, and then it was like bidding wars and craziness, and the interest rates were like they were giving away money, and then the interest rates went up to really what's normal, but everybody is freaking out because the interest rates are higher. So it's been a really crazy time, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, I heard also like the bidding wars and the mortgage rates fluctuating up and down. And I could just
It's
imagine.
It is something. So have you what are you doing with your house? Are you planning to stay, or have you ever given any thought to like
Well,
what you might do down the road?
we've been in our home for like 15 years so far, and we haven't really thought that far in advance on what we're going to be doing. As I know our
Gotcha.
kids are getting older and they're going to be moving out soon, probably in the next year or so.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we haven't really thought about it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's once you're all settled in, it could be challenging to think about the next step, but what I always try to tell everybody they should do, and I'll make you this offer also, is you should always just try to get an idea of what your home is currently worth, just like you would check your 401k or your
Oh, yeah.
stocks if you have any, like is it up? Is it down? How much did I put in? How much have I made? Everybody checks their stocks and 401k, but people forget to check how much equity they have in their home. And the thing that I saw happen over these last couple of years is people, because the home values went up so much, especially in some markets, people have a lot more equity in their home sometimes than they realize. And it may not even be that you want to sell your house. It may be you need a home equity line to do something else. It might be for college, it might be for a vacation home, it might be for whatever. But I really recommend everybody try to do like what I'm calling a home equity review. Like review what your home is worth and how much equity you have in your house, especially if you've been in it 15 years, you've paid your mortgage down a bit, and the home values have gone up a lot in 15 years. Just as you're making your plans, like for the next few years, it probably makes sense just to know what it might be worth. Again, no pressure, because if you're not selling, you're not selling, but it just makes sense to know what the value is.
Yeah, we were actually talking about, me and my husband, about how are we going to pay for our the college education for our son, and it's what, a year, not even a year down the
Yeah.
line. And I didn't even think that was an option. I didn't even think that there would be money in my home. You're always thinking like 401k or bank accounts or the
Yeah.
529s. You don't think, hey, I could possibly take cash out on the
Yeah,
home.
yeah. Or you may decide, well, they're gone. Maybe we're going to downsize a little bit, pull out some cash, or there's a million different things you might do. But I always feel like the first step is knowing how much money you have in your house and how much it's worth and what you could do with it. I have some really good people in your neighborhood that I can just recommend to you if you want, just to put you in touch with them and let them come. And I'll tell them in advance, you're not selling right now. Like this is more relationship building, education for you to let you know what your home is worth. And then if you check in with them every 6 months, every year, say, hey, what's happening? And this is like your single biggest asset, that you
Yeah,
have is your house. So
I didn't even think about that. I think those are like great ideas. Do I have to pay for this analysis when they
nope.
come in?
Nope, it's totally free. There's no obligation or anything. And again, from, being totally transparent from their perspective, it's a relationship building
Okay.
thing with you. And for you, again, just like you might have a tax advisor or an investment person, you should have somebody who can advise you on your real estate stuff so that well, what is it worth if I wanted to sell and downsize, or if I wanted to pull money out, or if I wanted to do whatever it is you might want to do, at least you have somebody that you've built up a relationship with and you can trust, to give you good information, like accurate information.
Well, I know that someone sold a home, two homes over from me. Would they be able to provide or let me know what that whole, I mean, when they do the
Oh,
market
yeah, totally.
analysis?
Like, and if you tell them, hey, keep me updated when things sell in my neighborhood,
Okay.
like the nosy neighbor report. I used to
Yeah,
like
I'm being nosy. It was
jokingly,
like, I wonder what they got for that house
jokingly
down the
call
road.
it. It's like you always want to know what your neighbors' homes are selling for, not because you're, truly being nosy, but it impacts your value, your sense of like what things, are going for in your neighborhood. So yeah, so Lucia, let me do that. I'll connect you with somebody. I'll send you an email. I'll give you their name. I'll give them your name and just, at some point you'll connect and let them just tell them you want to find out how much your home is worth for down the road. Again, it doesn't have to be for right now. But while I have you on the phone, have you heard any rumors of anybody in your neighborhood who might be thinking of selling? We have so many buyers and we are still struggling to find good homes to sell. And you live in a great neighborhood that we have a lot of people interested in. Do you know anybody? Heard any rumors? Anybody who might be thinking of moving?
I do know because, I've been here for 15 years. I did hear that, I think it's down the road to the right, and I can always give you the address, that they are moving. They're an older couple that are moving into assisted living. And I noticed that when I was driving down the road that they're moving items out of the home right now.
That's
So
always a good tip when you see things on the side of the road.
yeah,
There's usually
I keep
something going on.
like trucks and stuff, and it looks like they're cleaning out the house. You could see it right by, like when you're going around the block, there's things by the garbage over there. So I would assume that they're transitioning to some type of assisted living. So yeah, I do have, and there's an address I can give you if that if
That
that
would be great. When you have a chance, if you could text that to me or email it to me. And if you don't know them well, we won't mention that you specifically gave us their name. We could just reach out to the owners there and reach out to the house in general. We can leave you out of it. We call that anonymous. It's like an
okay.
anonymous tip. We don't need to tell them. But if you do know them, we can certainly say we were chatting and, Lucia mentioned that she thought you might be making some kind of transition and we wanted to offer our assistance and see if they needed any help. But yeah, so it was so nice to talk to you today.
It was great talking to you as well. Thank you, Karen. That you
You're
really helped me
welcome.
tremendously, and I'm really looking forward to connecting with the realtors you're recommending. Thank you again.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was it. So now Lucia and I are two talkers, so we like to talk, but that just gives you an idea of how it can feel like a regular conversation. It doesn't have to feel like a sales pitch. And that may even been a little bit more on the awkward side for the two of us because we both knew what we were doing and we were doing it, kind of as a planned thing. But in real life, it's not that hard. There are times when I run into people and I mean, literally, again, I keep throwing my poor daughter, Rebecca, under the bus with this, but I'm like, she's going to start looking for a house soon. And I keep saying, now don't forget, don't walk into an open house and forget to tell them that you have an agent or, let me refer you to somebody in that town so that, you're not just sucked into the open house and end up working with the listing agent. You should have your own agent representing you. So share that with people that that might be out looking. They may be like, oh, I'm not really buying till next year. I'm just gonna go to the open houses. But before you know it, they become attached to some agent that they met who's good at keeping in touch and then they feel obligated. So always be proactive when you're talking with people and make sure that you're telling them how this actually works. Let me get you an agent so you have your own person. You can still go to all the open houses, just tell them you're working with somebody. It's very easy to do, but it's very easy for the people to forget to do it unless you give them very specific instructions. So that's our tip for the day about kind of some conversations, objection handling, how to bring it up in conversation. Hope you found that helpful. And Lucia, thank you so much for being my little partner in crime here. And
It was
and
fun, Karen. So thank you for including me. I really appreciate it. And I
no
hope it helps
problem.
the agents as well. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Have
Bye.
a great day, everybody. Bye.